welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've thought about not only recently, but has been something that's been on my mind since being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and that is accepting who you become after your diagnosis. So like I said, this is something I've thought about ever since I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and people grow and change in general, just as human beings, as we go through life, as we experience different things. But I think it's different when you have something that is almost forcing you to become a different person or change different personality traits about yourself. So with fibromyalgia, there were things I had to change just to get through my day-to-day. There were things I had to change about myself that just were not working in what I needed to live a happy and healthy life. So the person I was before having fibromyalgia, or let me say before being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, she was not as brave, she was not as passionate, strong, and as much of a risk taker as I am now. And those are things that I've gained from being diagnosed and going through the struggles of having fibromyalgia. And those struggles really are what have gotten me to this place, and they've also taught me the person I don't want to be, because I don't want to have to be dependent on people. So it has taught me to become more independent, but to also ask for help, which was always really hard for me, still is. And it has taught me that I want to choose happiness every day, no matter how much pain I'm in, no matter what is going on, is to have that optimism. And I guess if you know me for a long time, some of these things were always a part of my personality, but they were strengthened from going through all the struggles I have had living with fibromyalgia. So with all that being said, that's not to say that there's not more things that I want to work on about myself, just in general, but also to do with having fibromyalgia. That's not to say that when I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror, I'm 100% happy with the person that I see. But we should always want to be growing and changing and improving upon ourselves every day. You don't just reach a point and stop and say, good enough. You always want to strive to be the best version of yourself, and a way that I make that happen and strive to be the best person that I can be is also the people I surround myself with. Because if I surrounded myself with negative and pessimistic people and people who didn't see the sunnier side of life or have encouraging words to say, I'd be doomed. I don't think I'd be near as close to the person I am now, because the people who you surround yourself with, you lift each other up. So while they're lifting me up, I'm giving that right back to them. And that actually is a great cycle to have, and is something that helps me keep my optimism, is just sending positivity, sending love out into the world. And hopefully, and usually it does, it bounces right back. So when you're diagnosed with fibromyalgia, obviously the first thing that you have to accept is that you have fibromyalgia. So for me, when I was diagnosed, I pretty much knew the day that I was going in to review all the test results that I had done that that was probably going to be my outcome. And so I was prepared for it. It wasn't anything that was too shocking. What was shocking to me was how it was handled. And if you want to hear any of my fibromyalgia story, I'm sure it's in one of these videos that I will post in the iCard up above here. I wasn't prepared for how I would have to accept a doctor telling me that I had fibromyalgia. All right, what do we do? She says deal with it. How do we deal with it? She gives me one option: medication. I was not going to accept that. As you guys might know, I was 19 when I was diagnosed, and I was not at all interested in taking medication at that point in my life. I was trying to go the holistic route for as long as possible. And that doctor just wasn't into that. So I skedaddled out of that office and didn't have a doctor for a really long time. So then I had to accept that I had to become my own advocate, that I had to speak up for myself, that I had to learn that I can say no to doctors, that I don't have to believe everything that they're saying just because they're wearing a white coat, and that I can do research and have the knowledge so that when I go into these doctors' offices, I'm kind of hip to their game. I know what I need to know on my end so that I can work together with a doctor to come up with a solution. So accepting that I had to become my own advocate was also one of the best things that I could have done, because I've gotten so many opportunities to work with other people who advocate for fibromyalgia and chronic illness. And those are some of the best people I have met in my life. They're so encouraging and inspiring, and I love getting to see them encourage others as they've encouraged me. And I've also become a youth advocate for fibromyalgia with the Fibromyalgia Care Society of America, which is amazing, and I love getting to share my story and hoping that that helps just one person out there not feel alone in their battle with fibromyalgia. That's always been my goal, it always will be my goal, and I love that you guys that are watching have been commenting on some of my videos, and I do try to respond to all the comments that I get on my videos, because I really do appreciate that you guys take the time to start a conversation with me. Please keep the conversation going down in the comments down below. I would love to know, where are you guys at in your journey of acceptance, whether that be with diagnosis, with the personality traits you have now, with treatments. Let me know. I'd really love to chat with you guys about that. And I'll see you guys next time.